prologue here, they're going to come up with something as a fear tactic. If you remember, it was the caravans, I believe, in 2010 or something like that. Not 2010, sorry, 2018. The caravans that were going to come in and destroy American cities. They will have a boogeyman. They haven't found it yet, but it will be brought to bear, and it will be a scare tactic to get people not just to vote for Republicans, but to vote against Democrats.
It didn't work in 2018. I'll point that out. And I think, Sam, you're right to point out that the low propensity voters that don't show up when Donald Trump is not on the ballot, yeah, that's true. But a lot of these races are purple races. And if you're sending Donald Trump out to purple districts, like a Mike Lawler district, for instance, with his approval numbers this bad, broadly speaking, I know MAGA voters are in the tank for him by and large. But when you're looking at these overall approvals and the independent, the swing voter issue, if you're sending him to a purple district, is that a good idea, Molly?
Look, part of the problem with Donald Trump is you can't control what he says or does, which is what Susie Wiles has found herself in as a problem. I look back to the DoorDash granny of last week, right? So this was a stunt. She came in. She was to highlight no tax on tips. And you saw Donald Trump tried to get her engaged on this culture war issue. Remember? He said, well, what do you think about women's sports? Right. Because that issue he had been able to use to divide the voters in a way. And it had worked for him in 24. And she said, well, I'm just sort of trying to, she basically sort of said, I don't have an opinion on that, which I think is a really bad sign for Trump at this moment, because these issues have worked. Had they been sort of able to use them as meat for the base, and they were these Trump voters who would say, well, these are the things. They're sort of dog whistles to his people, and these things are not moving the same thing. They're not moving voters in the same way. And I think part of that is because gas is so expensive, and part of that is you have a president who has literally ran on making things cheaper, and then got into office and did a number of things that made things more expensive: tariffs, the war in Iran. And these things, I just don't think there's a historical precedent for running as a candidate who is focused on making things cheaper and then immediately doing everything to make things more expensive.
Molly, have the Democrats seized